Item number 2 is update on the state police for the summer of 2022. Obviously, everybody knows this has been our discussion. Rick, can you just give us an update from your end and what's going on up at the state?
Sure. So it became aware to me shortly after being retained by the town, maybe within 30 days or so, that there was that the state police had come to the town. Marion had updated me on what was going on, and the town, from what I gather, or not what I gather, the state police basically said, in years past, we've provided assistance on the weekends during the summer months. We will continue to do that, but we can no longer do it at no cost. Their issue was that the police academies have been having less and less people applying to be a state police officers, and that they're in a major funding area. Not funding. They're in a major problem with the workforce. They don't have enough in the workforce. That has been confirmed. I've watched numerous hearings, and they have confirmed that they really are understaffed. That is fact. That is not a conjure, but that is fact. I did have a conversation with Marianne numerous times and other members of the council. I actually spoke very briefly with the police chief, Superintendent Manny at a hearing. He was pretty curt with me. There was a discussion, and Marion can fill everyone in more than that, but she had a discussion with them in support of the town, saying, why are we paying for this? These are state roads. Every other community has the state police and don't ask to pay for it. Their response was, well, we have for years been doing this, but we can no longer do it. The town of Exeter, which does not have a police department, they are now going to have to pay. And the Bridge and Turnpike Authority, which has had state police presence, is not paying. They have to pay as well. The reason you're doing this is because we don't have enough personnel. So theoretically, after a police officer works 40 hours or whatever, they now have to find 2 40-hour employees that are willing to come to the island on the weekend. I had conversations with the governor's staff. I actually had one with Marianne in her office. It was a little contentious. My concern obviously was that this is, upon the council. My other concern was the precedent in which it sends for future years, which has always been my focus. But again, at the end of the day, I work at your direction, not my direction. And so I've had conversation with them. My goal is to put options on the table for all of you and where we are. Last week, I had a conversation. I had lunch with the governor. The governor was there along with Eva Mancuso, who is an attorney who has left a very successful practice and now works for the governor. She has been in conversation with Marianne in the past. She had a conversation with Superintendent Manny and so forth. I had a conversation with them and I told them the situation here. I mentioned they were state roads. I mentioned that it would be a public relations disaster if something ever happened on a state road in which the state police have a presence there. He understood it, but he felt that because of the not enough employees within the state police, that he had no choice but to do this. Very supportive of the state police and what they were trying to do. I spoke to him and said, well, I'll have to go back to the council, but I'm very concerned about the precedent sets later on. They make the decision, but I am concerned how this precedent would be set. He assured me, and he said he wanted me and Marianne and whoever else to work with them to find a final solution on this for years going forward. After it was over, I've told that to Marianne, and I think I've spoken to the first warden, the second warden, and other members of the council. So that was done as well. Additionally, I've had conversations with Representative Filippi, and I've had conversations with Senator Cisnowski. Both of them were very clear. They will follow whatever lead the council gives them. They have their own personal opinions, but they want to make sure that whatever the council does, they will support the council. The only option I can provide for you as you have this discussion is, hey, can the community, you just said to Rick, you just said they have almost $700 million in surplus this current fiscal year. Certainly they come up with $47,000. there's no question they have money on that. How they allocate it, obviously, I'm not a legislator, they make that decision. But let me talk about timing, because that's important for you all. If we are to send a letter to the delegation, Representative Filippi and Senator Cisnowski, we need to do that quickly. The budget negotiations will be happening over the course of the month of May, which obviously is Sunday. And they will vote on the budget, as I mentioned at the beginning, there's sometime in June. We won't know if we have the money until probably June 20th to July 1st. And the money wouldn't be allocated back to the community until sometime in August, which obviously is in the middle of the summer and so forth. So that is the situation that I know of right now. Whatever I'm asked to do, I will do. I know that the council has some concerns on it on both ends. And again, I will work with whatever you need, and I will provide whatever resources in terms of time and set up meetings on that. I have had, like I said, I spoke to the governor last Friday directly over lunch, explained our concerns about this. And it was apparent that he wants to support his state police department, and that's where he was right now. But he also, I was very concerned about the precedent set, and I also said it wasn't fair for the council when we talk about senior issues, when we talk about housing issues, and we talk about transportation issues and so forth, that we would have to go up every year to ask for money in the state budget of the police, because I'm concerned that if I was the police department and said, well, the community of Block Island, we don't have to put that money in there because the community of Block Island, they have a lobbyist, they'll go up and get that money. And so as an advocate for you, I'd be more concerned that I'm spending time advocating for something that should be in there, while at the same time I could be advocating for housing or other stuff. So that's the situation right now. I know it's a discussion you all need to have, but I just want to let everyone know, whatever money you seek, we wouldn't know till the end of June. And obviously that puts you in a dilemma, because I can't tell you, I can't say, oh, it's going to happen, but you have to wait. You have to go through the budgetary process, in which 75 state reps and 38 state senators are also trying to get their voice in there as well.